So I'm testing out new features. Can you even hear me? I'm testing out new features of OBS, the most updated version of OBS. There's a beta version that's supposed to give me the optimal settings for live streaming. So we'll see if that works. This crashed the other day, so sounds like my audio might be a little bit low. Try moving the mic right in front of me. There's no, I don't have anything to soften plosives, so S's, B's, and all that kind of stuff is gonna pop. RIP headphone users. Let's see, I think this was it. I don't remember what I call stuff. What do you want from me? Reliability, consistency? So as you see, I might worked on it a little bit before wow, I've got the audio in my ear just to test the audio, and it's distracting me because there's a big delay. I'm hearing stuff that I said like 40 seconds ago. So let me take that out and see if I can concentrate on what I'm doing. So as you can see, I went through and I made some additions and some changes. While is that really the brush that I have selected? Oh yeah, it sure is. Something a little more reasonable here. It's a little heavy. I don't really like adjusting the opacity on my brushes every single time I get a new brush. I prefer to have the opacity stay at 100. So what I do is I create different brushes that more or less require different levels of pressure. In other words, some are darker, some are lighter, without having to adjust the opacity. I wonder if I should put a little dot right there. Make it a little disc shape. But yeah, as you can see, I added some little details here and there. I also did a little bit of the back design. As you know, I'm using this Green Lantern as a template, although I've made my shoulders smaller. I suppose I could go with the big shoulders, but it just didn't feel right. It's supposed to be me when I'm in shape. Yes, I'm a little broad-shouldered when I'm in shape, but I'm not. Jeez. I guess we'll just have to see. Like, I don't feel like bringing this one's. Of course, I do these feet. I do different feet than Bruce Timm does. Bruce Timm really likes the pointy. Probably because it's easier to animate, not get to. But I just have never. I've never liked to just. I like to give the feet structure. But if I'm straight up emulating Bruce Timm's style, like some of the work that I do for JTS Entertainment, or rather, not JTS Entertainment, but the Watchtower Database, which there I'm supposed to be doing recreations of DC AU legacy characters, then I will straight up emulate everything about Bruce Timm's style. But what I'm just trying to get a general idea, You know, I've never really drawn a Bruce Timm character from the extreme profile. That's interesting. You learn a lot when you trace or emulate someone else's style. That's actually a great way to learn how to draw. It's really how kids learn how to draw. They trace stuff that they see in books, magazines, coloring books, whatever. I used to trace the cover of coloring books by just holding one of the inside covers up to the light and tracing on the inside page. It was easier than trying to hold two pieces of paper together, although it never occurred to me to get some paper clips when I was little. And even then, they still slip. But yeah, tracing is a good way to learn some of the basic principles. Just kind of gives you an idea of what other people do, then you get an idea of what to do, and you know how to make lines work when you have to free ball it. I don't think that's the expression. Freestyle it. I'm not sure where I'm going with this belt thing. Nobody really has a belt on the grid. They have emulations, insinuations of belts. Might do something like that. There's a particular type of Tron character who doesn't actually have a lot of lights on their outfit. They just have very particular places just highlighting the look. So it's interesting. Let's see, I haven't opened up chat to see if there's anybody here this time. Oh, yo, what up? Watchtower Database? I just mentioned you. I didn't even see you there. I just mentioned well, both JTS Entertainment and Watchtower Database. Ignore the shrieking in the background. That's just my kid protesting, having to take her nap. A lot. Alright. So we got the basic outlines in there. You know, I'm not necessarily sold on this look yet, but can I do you a profile? You know, let's see if I can actually get mine done. And maybe we can talk about that later. As it is, I'm just now getting a schedule to where I can actually sit down and do this and live stream like I promised it. I started this channel a year ago, and I created that live stream, that thing, the banner that says subscribe to my channel to watch as I design it live, and I'm just now getting around to actually live streaming and doing the design. So you know, just if you're not in a rush, just keep me in mind, and if you still haven't found anyone to do any work for you, then, you know, look me up again. But let's see if I can get myself on an actual schedule where I can actually get work done. Otherwise, you might be waiting a long time for very little. And you know what, that because considering, you know, doing commission work and stuff like that, it's not anything I've ever done. Most of the stuff I've done has been volunteer, you know, like if there was a project I was really interested in, then I'd say, yeah, I'd like to contribute art to this project, and I would do that. Or someone might pay me to do a very, very basic graphic design, but as far as like actual commission work, I have not opened up the door to that yet because of the inconsistent nature of my schedule. And that screaming that you just heard in the back, which she takes up a lot of my time. But we're working on it. How's the streaming look? Does it look good? No hiccups today. No buffering. Let's see. Oh, there's the chat. Okay. You have it open. It's supposed to appear as an overlay on my screen there. Oh, I guess that's what Watchtower Database meant when I said shout out. So for those of y'all that don't know, if there's anyone left on my stream listening to me ramble, Watchtower Database produces a comic book called Legacies of the DCAU, which picks up the from where Justice League ended. The very last episode of, was that Justice League Unlimited was the last series, right? It picks up where it left off and continues it in comic form. And I've done a small amount of coloring work for them on that. And they're putting together a gigantic database of every single DCAU character that ever existed. All of them. That's not a very good Palpatine voice. I can't do Palpatine this early in the morning. This early in the afternoon. Some characters already have templates, like the major characters already have official artwork, but when I say all of them, we're doing every minor character that had some kind of line or appearance. It's going to be comprehensive. And so I've done a few pictures of some of those characters for them, and I'm still working on some more. So I wonder how would you represent this disc in the back? I know it sticks out quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sold on it completely yet, but I think this generally might be the look I'm going for. My hair is not this voluminous. It's a little voluminous. It's a little rounder, though. I guess this looks more natural, though. In any event, this is just a character template for when I work on the actual one, because the actual artwork I was working on, I wasn't getting anywhere with that. So now I can determine where the glows are supposed to be. Like I said, I don't like these feet. They're Bruce Timm feet, but I don't like those feet. So yeah, glows will be like here, 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 probably here. I don't know if these will be glows or not. Yeah. This is not a glow, this is just a transition in color. What do I have? Do I have some of the old? I'll have some of the old costume here. Wonder it looked so messy. And of course this right here will be the lightsaber that I'm given when I enter the grid. Which I'm thinking the lightsaber will be something just straight up cylindrical. Since it is the grid, everything's got kind of a very... I noticed the handheld tech in the grid is very sleek, very smooth, very Steve Jobs-esque. If Steve Jobs was fonder of black than he was of white. If iPhone and Android had a baby, I guess. I'm thinking the iPhone is black, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know. What do I know? I don't even know when I should save. Sorry. Coffee. My day got started late today. This is later in the day than I was originally planning on doing this, so I won't be here for too long, just so that I can kind of keep my new schedule that I've got going. In a little bit, I'm supposed to be working on doing video designs. Sorry, got a message. Yeah, I'm going to be working on, I'm supposed to be working on some video designs. Did I just blurt out video designs? Not video designs, that's what I'm doing, graphic design now. I'm got my video ideas better allotted out. The way I've been doing it is just kind of seat of my pants. Just kind of, looks more like a toothpaste tube. Just kind of, wow, I cannot talk today. The way I've been doing my videos is I have been just making them up as I go. Once I get done with one, I post it. There's no real schedule. I kind of just react, so no pun intended, to whatever's posted that week. And if I get it edited, I get it up. If I don't, I don't. And that's just no way to run a YouTube channel. Not one that you're hoping will be successful in any event. So, was I planning on having like lights back here? I think I was planning on having lights. Yeah, down here. I saw a costume that had the lights down here on the feet. I think Finn Jr.'s costume had this on the back. Was it Sam? His name was Sam Flynn, right? I don't remember Finn Sr.'s name. I have a couple lights here. I don't think I'll do the disc any different than a standard disc. But we'll see. We'll see what kind of inspiration strikes. Really would like to do something different with that lightsaber, but my ideas may be in terms of like if I was telling a story and not how it would actually look just for practical artwork. It really did look like a toothpaste tube. Yeah, probably just a regular stick. Oh yeah, I remember my idea was that it was going to extend slightly when you attach it. Like a lot of the tech in in the grid is not, it doesn't have to be like the physics there are different. So things just, everything's kind of mechanical, but I don't want to say mechanical, but everything's kind of like technological. I have more butt than this. Come on now. I'm Hispanic. Everything's kind of technological, and sometimes stuff is needlessly. Well, let me think about it. The light cycles, they just appear from a stick. Why? How that would? There's no way that in real life you could have a motorcycle come from any other source other than to just be there in the garage when you're gonna get on it. But because you have this enormous flexibility on the grid, you can have things like a stick that turns into a car, a stick that turns into a glider, a motorcycle. So why not a lightsaber that extends once you grab it? Thinking about doing some effects with the lightsaber too, to make it look a little more digital. Well, we have a line here, right? Oh. Pretty sure my arms don't get this buff. And what would we have in the back? Would we do emulate the same design? I guess so. I guess I would do that. Fewer lights on the back so as not to be distracting. Most of the light work on the front. And if I end up digging the costume, I don't know if I dig these accents here. But if I end up digging the costume I make, then I might even consider cosplaying this-ish. Since people love cosplaying mashups, of course, I gotta get out of the house if I'm gonna go cosplay at a con or something. But presuming I live up to my dream of one day stepping out the front door, yeah. Yeah, how would this look from the side? Just be, I don't know, man. Not sure what he did there. Profiles can be challenging sometimes. And I guess I'd kind of have a, yeah, it's kind of like a skirt. Just step off. Hey, Iron Man wore a skirt in the early days of his career, so. Romanesque soldiers and warriors wore skirts in the early days of their career, so, you know. Can't see the lightsaber from there. Probably should have just put it in my hand. I don't know if any of this looks like young me. This looks like me if I was having a bad reaction to some shellfish. I should make shellfish jokes when you have a lisp. It's just... Alright. That's more progress than I've made in the last year and a half. Now think about it. I actually started this in May, so of 2016. So this is definitely more work than I've done. Hey, maybe this new schedule will work out after all. So my profile's probably not super important right now, but because my channel art is really just going to show the front of me, but get these details worked out. It's good to get all that info fleshed out. If you know what stuff looks like from all sides, then you know how to draw it when it changes angles. I think I'm going about this wrong here. This needs to be like, you need to like see most of the line, I think. More like this. Yeah. When you get every angle drawn like this, it helps when you have to draw the character in motion, because you know what it looks like from behind. You know if that pose is going to affect how it looks from behind, and therefore influence how it looks in the front. It's all connected. Take a look at some of those highlights that he uses. Oh yeah, I may go in and use some of those highlights. Should I sign this? There's no reason to sign this. Well, so how long have I been streaming? Have I hit my hour mark? This tells me nothing. "27 minutes. Oh, I haven't been on that long. Okay. But I am cutting into my, like I said, I'm running late today, so I'm cutting into my schedule a bit. So as to try and be able to do some of the stuff that I ordinarily do, I'm going to wrap things up here. I believe my foot just fell asleep. And ideally, I will be doing this most mornings. Like I said, I was late today. Last couple of times I did this around 7 or 8 or 9. But early, you know, during those hours where normally I'm not moving. But yeah, in any event, thanks for watching, and yeah, I guess I'm gonna cut out of here. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed, because that's why I do this. It's kind of the point. And if you want to get notifications of when I do stuff like this, hit that little bell icon. I'm not uploading videos as regularly as some people, so it's not gonna blow it up if you turn that on. Then you'll know if I'm. Then when I start blowing it up, then you can turn the bell icon off, but at least then you know that I've made progress, and you can comment on it. And it just we need some interaction here. Oh, and be sure to do all that other stuff that other YouTubers tell you to do on their channels. Do it on mine too. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace out. Now, awkward delay where either the video cuts out too soon or just a little late. I'll see you guys on the flip side.